Welcome to Life Tells Stories, where we dive deep into the real-life experiences that shape our existence. Today, we're sharing a powerful and heart-wrenching story of betrayal, resilience, and ultimate victory. Imagine growing up in a home where your dreams were crushed, your efforts were never enough, and the people who should have supported you became the biggest obstacles to your success. How would you rise above it all? Would you survive the cruelty of a family that doesn't appreciate you? Would you fight against everything to prove that you are more than what they see? Get ready to witness the incredible story of a young woman who faced family betrayal and emerged victorious. If you find yourself drawn to these stories of transformation and empowerment, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join us on this journey of storytelling. Now, let's dive in. Our story begins with Amelia, a happy little girl who adored her mother. Life was good until Amelia's mother tragically passed away when she was only 6 years old. The laughter in their home faded, and Amelia was left feeling a void that was impossible to fill. Her father, Stephen, was devastated, and for months he barely spoke. Amelia, young and confused, would ask when her mother was coming back, not fully grasping the concept of death. For a while, it was just Amelia and Stephen, and she tried her best to stay quiet so her dad wouldn't be burdened by her needs. Things took a sharp turn when Stephen met Patricia at a work event. Patricia seemed wonderful at first. She made Stephen smile again, and Amelia desperately wanted her father to be happy. But as Patricia moved into the family home, Amelia's life shifted completely. Her mother's photos were removed from the walls and replaced by images of Stephen and Patricia. Amelia was forced to navigate a new world where her home no longer felt like her own. Soon after the wedding, Patricia's behavior towards Amelia started to change. Patricia introduced strict rules that turned Amelia's home into a place of restriction rather than comfort. The walls were repainted, the furniture rearranged, and Amelia's freedom shrank day by day. She was expected to do chores, to keep her room spotless, and to always be silent and obedient, her only crime being a child who wanted to play and laugh. When Amelia tried to share her discomfort with her father, his response was always the same. "Listen to Patricia, honey. She knows what's best for you." Slowly, Patricia's presence overshadowed everything Amelia had once known, and her father's loyalty seemed to shift completely away from her. Things got worse when Patricia got pregnant. Amelia, now 8, watched her father's joy and Patricia's excitement as they eagerly awaited the birth of their child. When little Emily was born, Patricia made it clear that Emily was her true child. Amelia was now the extra burden, a child from Stephen's past life, someone who had to serve. Emily became the center of attention, and Amelia's role shifted from daughter to caregiver. By age 9, Amelia was changing diapers, preparing formula, and missing out on birthday parties and playdates to care for Emily. Each time she asked for a bit of freedom, Patricia would remind her that Emily needed her, and Stephen stayed silent. As Emily grew older, her manipulation became evident. By age 4, Emily learned that she could get Amelia in trouble whenever she wanted. Spilled juice, broken toys, and even torn dresses were all Amelia's fault in Patricia's eyes. Emily would run to her mother with crocodile tears, and Amelia would be punished without question. The injustice of these moments weighed heavily on Amelia, who grew increasingly isolated. Her father, who should have protected her, stood by as Patricia and Emily used Amelia as their scapegoat. The only glimmer of hope in Amelia's life was her grandmother, Rose. Every weekend, Amelia found solace at her Grandma Rose's cozy home. Unlike Patricia's house, Grandma Rose's place was filled with warmth, love, and the smell of freshly baked cookies. Grandma Rose always welcomed Amelia with open arms, piling her plate with pancakes and allowing her to be herself, loud, happy, and carefree. Emily joined Amelia once, but her usual tricks didn't work at Grandma Rose's. Grandma stood her ground and refused to spoil Emily. Emily quickly decided that Grandma's house was boring and never went back. Unfortunately, Grandma Rose's fair treatment of Amelia caused a huge fight between Patricia and Grandma, leading Patricia to forbid any more visits. Life seemed bleaker without that weekly escape. Despite everything, Amelia worked hard in school, holding on to the hope of escaping her home and going to college. She knew that her late mother had left money specifically for her education, and she believed it would be her ticket out. But after her graduation, Stephen and Patricia sat her down to tell her that the money would instead be used for Emily's education. Amelia was devastated. All her hard work, her dreams, and her mother's wish for her had been taken away. She couldn't take it anymore and confronted her father, who chose Patricia and Emily over her once again. Feeling betrayed beyond measure, Amelia packed her belongings and left home that night, seeking refuge with her friend Carla. Amelia's life became a struggle for survival. She found a job as a waitress at a small restaurant called The Blue Spoon and moved in with her friend Carla. The work was hard, the hours were long, and the pay barely covered her basic needs. But at least Amelia was free. It wasn't easy, but Amelia was determined. She saved every penny she could and found a new hope when Maria, one of her fellow waitresses, offered to share a small apartment. It was cramped, but it was something Amelia could call her own. Her dream of going to college seemed far away, but then her grandmother called. One day, Amelia got a call that changed her life. It was Grandma Rose, who had been trying to track her down. When Amelia told her the whole story about the stolen college money, the betrayal, and her life as a waitress, Grandma Rose was furious. She promised Amelia that she would pay for her education, no matter what. Amelia resisted at first, but her grandmother insisted, reminding her that her mother would have wanted this. Finally, Amelia enrolled in night classes at the local university while working double shifts at the restaurant. The days were exhausting, and she barely slept, but she felt herself moving forward for the first time in years. If you've made it this far into the story, tell us in the comments what you would have done in Amelia's shoes. Have you ever felt like you had to fight against all odds to reach your goals? We love hearing your stories too. Amelia was working at the Blue Spoon when she received a surprising offer. The restaurant's owner had noticed her dedication and hard work. He offered her a promotion to shift manager. Slowly but surely, Amelia's life was turning around. She kept studying, saved up, and eventually earned her business degree with honors. Her family still thought she was a failure, but she was anything but. Amelia kept pushing forward, becoming a floor administrator and eventually running the entire restaurant. By age 30, Amelia owned 30% of the Blue Spoon, which had transformed into one of the top dining spots in the city. Amelia's success was sweet, but her past caught up to her in an unexpected way. One day, she received a message from her old neighbor warning her that Emily had planned to book a table at the Blue Spoon to humiliate Amelia in front of her friends. Emily wanted Amelia, the college dropout, to serve her graduation party. Instead of canceling the reservation, Amelia decided to handle it in her own way. She invited Grandma Rose to witness the event and personally prepared to serve Emily's party. When Emily and her friends arrived, they were shocked to see Amelia, not in a waitress uniform, but in a tailored suit, the suit of the restaurant owner. The look of disbelief on their faces was priceless. Emily tried to insult Amelia, but Grandma Rose intervened, proudly telling everyone about Amelia's journey and her success. Patricia and Stephen, unable to handle the truth, were escorted out by security as Emily had a complete meltdown. Amelia's story is a powerful reminder that sometimes the people closest to us can be the biggest obstacles in our lives. But despite betrayal, manipulation, and years of hardship, Amelia never gave up. She rose above her circumstances and achieved success on her own terms. Sometimes we have to close certain chapters in our lives to move forward, and Amelia did just that, leaving behind those who dragged her down and embracing her true potential. If you enjoyed this story and felt inspired by Amelia's resilience, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more empowering stories like this. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so don't forget to comment below. Thank you for watching Life Tells Stories. Remember, no matter how tough life gets, your story is not over until you decide it is. Stay strong, stay resilient, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.